Hero Cycles India Health and Wellness Summit and Awards 2014, powered by Yes Bank.
Leading names in the Indian healthcare and wellness sector, coming together to discuss key issues, devise solutions and award excellence.
We begin auspicious summit with the lamp lighting ceremony.
Powered by Yes Bank, the first edition of the Hero Cycles India Health and Wellness Summit 2014 was held in the national capital. An independent initiative, IHW Awards and Summit was announced during the Cannes Lions held earlier in 2014.
We now have a video message by our Honorable Union Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Shri Prakash Javadekar ji.
Wellness is a total concept. It's a physical health plus mental health. I think this wellness is an important initiative. I will definitely be interested to know the conclusions of your deliberations. I'll definitely take these issues and your suggestions forward to the logical conclusion. With that, I wish this symposium all the best.
Ladies and gentlemen, moving ahead on that note, I would now like to invite Mr. Shrikant Gandhuri, our Executive Vice President and Head Life Sciences and IT Knowledge Banking at Yes Bank, to kindly come forward on the stage and release the Yes Knowledge Report. A huge round of applause.
The summit kick-started with a brainstorming panel discussion.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon.
Leading names from the healthcare sector participated, and topics varied from generating new ideas, catalyzing technology, infrastructure, and financial inclusion to make breakthroughs.
It is an immense honor for me to invite you and to ask you to join us in a session of thinking, reflecting, and planning on where India needs to go to achieve health for 1.2 billion people. As we were preparing for this session, the challenge that I placed before Dr. Mishra was, how do we break down silos in healthcare?
Thank you so much. Now, when we come to the silos, naturally, today medicine or tertiary care particularly, whether we take cancer, whether we take diabetes management, whether we take neurological disorder, the stroke, the trauma, every disease group requires a team. And it just cannot be managed by one endocrinologist alone or one trauma surgeon alone. And that is what they have to come out of their silos. And when we say that everyone, each one of them should be a trauma specialist, not a neurosurgeon, not an orthopedic surgeon, at least during the golden hour. When these patients are brought in, what we say, we are not looking at their anatomic injuries. What we are looking at their physiology.
That's at a human anatomy, human physiology level. Raghu, how does this work out to be wellness at a societal level?
I'll try to keep it very down to earth. Have we really tried to figure out what exactly are the interventions that we need to do to really make a life better or create better wellness? Whether it has to be financial inclusion, whether it has to be education, or it has to be basic medicine, basic health care. Let me give you an example. We talked about the right to food, and what did we say? We are going to give cereals. What are the cereals? Rice and wheat. And to Dr. Mishra's point, that's going to take up your diabetic level. Did anybody model that? So at the end of the day, diabetes, which is supposed to be a rich man's disease today, will get to be a common man's disease if you haven't modeled it properly. So I think each one of this is sort of dependent on each other. I'd just like to leave by saying that it's very important, health care per se is very important, but there are a lot of things that are affected. And that's something that we really need to look at.
Dr. Pathak, where do you see total sanitation playing into achieving health?
As you say, health is wealth. You talk many things, nutrition, other things. Water, sanitation, both come first. And we are not adopting the Indian methods to provide good drinking water, good sanitation, and therefore we are lagging behind.
So where does technology and financial inclusion and financial services play? And what do they have to do with health?
The issue is affordability and accessibility. The basic issue in the healthcare today is about how far does a villager or a person sitting in tier C or B category cities, how far does he have to go for a basic this thing? It's more than 5 kilometers. So there has to be a way that it has to be public, private, NGO as a circle, which will ensure that it's a win-win for each of them.
Dr. Lal, you worked in the United States, you've kind of worked here. How do you see this push towards the rural side, where people want to see a good person and yet are not able to? You've had some experience around that.
The basic thing that we have to develop the trained doctors, go in the villages, because we have to have parameter of quality. And I would say that we serve the rural areas, we never return any patient for want of money, and yet out of 250 hospitals, 8 hospitals belong to metro. So you got to maintain the quality, you have to do the affordability for the people, and you can take care, and there are methods, to do that.
Right. The need is demonstrated. What will it take? And I'm going to take, say, Paras hospitals, right? It could be very well Apollo, it could be very well Metro, it could be XYZ. What would it take for you to create that infrastructure that meets that demand of nearly 6,000 quality assured centers? How would you go about doing it? What is it that you need to make it happen?
The hindrances are going to be numerous, and I think we all know of them. Non-availability of manpower, whether clinical, non-clinical, lack of people to put up that infrastructure and manage that infrastructure, and appropriate technology to be used in there. All those are challenges which are widely known, widely acknowledged, but very few solutions coming out of it. You will not have a process where everything has simultaneously, because the resources are limited, be it human resources, be it technological resources, be it money as well. You can only do so much. And we all have to choose where we put our money, where we put our resources, and what is the best utilization of our resources, and where we want to make a change, where we want to make an impact, and where there is a need.
Honoring excellence to the finest healthcare providers. The summit was followed by an award ceremony saluting such specialists selected by an eminent jury drawn from the best in the industry.
So here we have our dignitaries doing the honor of unveiling the souvenir, that is the magazine on public health and welfare. Everyone, can we have a huge round of applause? I request our Honorable Minister, Mr. Shripad Yesonayak ji, please say a few words and address the August gathering present here.
We are dedicatedly working for the push, the reach of hospitals and clinics to far corners of India so that healthcare does not remain a prerogative of urban and affluent Indians. Innovative ideas have always been encouraged by our government, and I support any new thoughts that this summit brings forward.
I now request Ms. Nikki to kindly come forward on the stage and say a few words.
When we conceived the idea of India Health and Wellness Summit and Awards less than a year back, We wanted it to become a serious platform of debate and discussion by policymakers. Let us all salute excellence in Indian healthcare by companies, hospitals, service providers, and dedicated professionals.
Ladies and gentlemen, going on to the first category of award, Super Speciality Hospital of the Year.
Nominees are Narayana Hridayalaya, Sir Gangaram Hospital, and Fortis Memorial Research Institute.
Super Speciality Hospital of the Year, Narayan Hundrayala Private Limited.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Narayana Hridayalaya. Moving on to our second category, that is of Compassionate Patient Care Hospital of the Year. Can we have the nominations, please?
Nominees are Shri Shankara Cancer Foundation, Sankara Eye Care Institution, and Sir Gangaram Hospital.
The winner is Sir Gangaram Hospital.
So ladies and gentlemen, we have the winner here, Sir Gangaram Hospital. The hospital works extensively to bring the healthcare for the underprivileged section of the society. We move on to our next category, that is of Single Speciality Hospital of the Year. Can we have the nominations?
The nominees are Fortis CDoc Healthcare Limited, Nauroz G. Wadia Maternity Hospital, and Fortis La Femme.
The Single Speciality Hospital of the Year is Nauroji Wadia Maternity Hospital.
Nauroz G. Wadia Maternity Hospital has a benchmark in maternal and women health care. 305-bedded charitable institution puts special focus on serving the poor and needy. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to our next category, that is Single Speciality Hospital Chain of the Year.
Nominees are Metro Heart Institutes, Cosmos Institute of Mental Health and Behavioral Sciences, and Axis Dental Private Limited.
Single Speciality Hospital Chain of the Year, Metro Heart Institute.
The hospital chain has been pioneering low-cost heart surgeries and treatments. Congratulations. We move on to our next category, that is the next segment of awards, that is in the health and wellness technology. Can we have the nominations?
Nominees are Trivitron Healthcare, Omron Healthcare, and Kiran Medical System Private Limited.
Trivitron Healthcare.
Congratulations, Trivitron Healthcare. Our next category is Dermatologist of the Year.
Nominees are Dr. S.S. Trasi, Dr. Chiranjeev Chabra, and Dr. Dipali Bharadwaj.
And the winner is
Dr. Srilata Suresh Rashi.
She has been instrumental in developing the Department of Dermato-Cosmetology at Mumbai's Hiranandani Hospital. The next category is Promising Achiever of the Year.
Nominees are Dr. Rashmi Shetty, Dr. Sonia Lal Gupta, Dr. Sunil Chaudhary.
Amazing Young Achiever of the Year, winner Dr. Rashmi Shetty.
Our next category is Health Insurance Provider of the Year.
Nominees are Bajaj Allianz General Insurance Company Limited and Apollo Munich Health Insurance Company Limited.
Apollo Munich Health Insurance Company Limited.
Apollo Munich Health Insurance. The next category is Wellness Products Brand of the Year.
Nominees are VLCC Healthcare Limited, Avance Phytotherapies Private Limited, and Lifespan Wellness Private Limited.
VLCC, the largest chain of wellness centers in India, having present in the wellness category. Our next category is Medical Aesthetic Chain of the Year.
Nominees are Cosmoderma Skin, Hair and Laser Clinic, Skin Alive, and Advanced Hair Studio.
And the winner is Cosmoderma Skin, Hair and Laser Clinic. Moving on to our next category, that is Alternative Medicine Brand of the Year.
Nominees are Kairali Ayurvedic Healing Village, Dr. Wilma Schwab India Private Limited.
Dr. Wilma Schwab is the winner. Provides highly quality homeopathic medicines at affordable cost. The next award category is Healthcare Entrepreneur of the Year.
Nominees are Dr. Chiranjeev Chhabra, Meena Ganesh, and Priya J. Param.
The winner is Dr. Chiranjeev Chhabra.
Dr. Chiranjeev Chhabra, a huge round of applause. She earns herself a stellar reputation as a doctor. The next award category is Healthcare Branding Campaign of the Year.
Nominees are Brands of Desire, Dabur India Limited, and GlaxoSmithKline.
And the winner is Dabur India.
Moving on to our next category, that is Preventive Healthcare Provider of the Year. Can we have the nominations?
Nominees are Indian Health Organization Private Limited, Dr. Gulati Imaging Institute, and House of Diagnostics LLP.
And the winner is Indian Health Organization Private Limited, that is IHO, pioneers in the preventive healthcare sector, serving over 7 lakh active users across the country. The next category is the Lifetime Achievement in Medical Care. Dr. Ashok Seth, with a huge round of applause for his contribution to medical and healthcare. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Lifetime Achievement Award. It has to be a huge, huge applause. The Lifetime Achievement in the Medical Care.
I'm truly privileged for the fact that in a small lifetime I've been able to fit in so much. I've been fortunate enough in the last 30 years to actually see the biggest advancements of science in cardiovascular treatment, and have been fortunate enough to contribute to it as well.
Once again, and in the category of Lifetime Achievement, it is a pioneering role in the medical cosmetic range, and it obviously goes to Dr. Jamana Pai in Indian cosmetology. I invite Dr. Pai to come on stage and receive the award. With clinics in 3 Indian cities, a training center, and a legacy of grooming the Miss India beauty pageant for 20 years, Dr. Pai has a world-renowned cosmetic physician. Congratulations, ma'am. We'd like to say a few words.
Thank you again, jury, for considering me for this award. But just like the previous Lifetime Achiever said, that I hope this is not what you're considering the end of the road, because I feel I've just begun. So thanks to Hero Wellness and Health Summit for having put this together so nicely.
The event also recognized some other awardees in their pioneering fields. Some of the winners were Ancillary Healthcare Provider of the Year, Healthcare at Home India Private Limited, Eco-Friendly Hospital of the Year, won by Kohinoor Hospital, Cardiologist of the Year, Dr. Tapan Ghosh. Neurologist of the Year, Dr. Sonia Lal Gupta. Excellence in Public Health, Dr. Sonu Goel. Health App of the Year was won by Walk On Mobile Health Solutions. Preferred Hospital of the Year, Fortis Bangalore. Oncologist of the Year, Dr. Anshuman Kumar. Medical Tourism Facilitator of the Year, eMeditech. Wellness Center Chain of the Year, Kerali. Healthcare CSR of the Year was won by Biocon Foundation. Diabetologist of the Year was Dr. Anup Mishra. And the winner for the category Spa Brand of the Year is IHWS Spa and Wellness Private Limited. With over 28 winners, the India Health and Wellness Summit saluted the medical fraternity for their tireless dedication to the cause of healthcare.
Our special thanks and gratefulness to our title sponsor Hero Cycles and Mr. Pankaj Munjal, who was kind enough to support this debut initiative. My sincere thanks and appreciation to Sri Rana Kapoor, founder, MD and CEO of Yes Bank. We also thank other sponsors of the event, Paras Hospitals, 3M and Allergan Healthcare.
To be selected across the country as the Best Super Specialty Award is a special moment for all of us.
Promising and achiever sounds interesting, so I should promise to keep on creating beautiful faces.
We have a great recognition in the world on the alternative medicine side, and this award also justifies what we are worldwide.
I'm highly honored, feel highly privileged. I just tried to be a very good dermatologist and the world recognized me as an entrepreneur. So I'm very, very thankful.